Today I'm talking about teenagers, trauma, transitions, and even tantrums. Assalamu alaikum, this is Catherine Jones, the Peaceful Parenting Coach. And this weekend I've had a huge weekend. Today was the first day that my teenager started high school. It was also the first day that my youngest started school. And yesterday it was also a huge festival that we had here called the Al Salam Festival, which was about uniting the Muslims and non-Muslims in my city, and I had a major role to play in that. So over the last week, I've been really busy organising things for that and being involved in that, while my children have been anticipating a huge change or transition in their life, moving into either school or high school. And today I want to talk about my teenager. So I was quite preoccupied, and I was missing the signs. I was missing the signs that she was telling me that she was nervous about this transition that was coming up, that she was getting really worried about starting high school. And one of the things that happens in a time when children are going through transition or taking some big steps in their life is when things become difficult for them, is that also it becomes a time where they struggle with other aspects of their emotional life. So my daughter, unfortunately, has been through some traumatic experiences. And as a result of all of this that's going on, those traumatic things came to the surface as well. And again, I was missing the signs because I was busy. So what happened on Saturday night, the night before the festival, when I had a heap to do and my mind was really preoccupied, is we ended up with a total meltdown. In fact, that's where the tantrums come in. Now, alhamdulillah, I've been taught to understand how all of this works and what this is all about. So when she started to tell me to get lost, that she didn't trust me, that she didn't want me to be with her, that she didn't want to stay in this house, she wanted to go somewhere else. She even started trying to find her friends that she could go to, because she felt that I had let her down by not being there for her emotionally. And she was right, I had. So I insisted, I set a limit in that moment and said, no, you're not going anywhere else, you're staying here with me, and we're going to work through this together. And she didn't want to. She was really furious with me. And of course she was. Again, I hadn't been there with her emotionally, mentally, in any way. I hadn't really figured out just how much was going on with her. And this went on for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours of her showing me just how upset, how frustrated, how much she was struggling with everything in life. I had to decide in my mind that everything else wasn't important. That if I didn't finish everything for my display at the festival the following day and people felt let down by that, it didn't matter. That at that moment she was more important than anything else. Because had I not done that, we would still be struggling today, and today would not have been the positive experience that she has had at school. So for 2.5 hours I sat with her as she cried so hard that she actually really felt quite ill by the end. And I listened to her and I stayed with her, even when she pushed me away, even when she told me to get lost, even when she sent me notes saying, I don't want to talk to you. I insisted on being there with her. And I set a limit every time she said, I want to go somewhere else. I want to be distracted. I don't want to think about this. I don't want to talk about this. I continually, calmly set a limit with her that no, we were going to stay right here and that I was staying with her. It was a very exhausting experience as a mum. I was already really tired after a very hectic week of kids being home from summer holidays and trying to organize things for the festival and having, just the normal day-to-day parenting issues that we all have when you've got 5 kids. But I was able to put everything out of my mind except for her, and I stayed with her and present with her. And alhamdulillah, at the end, she was okay. She was back on track. She was nervous this morning, but she got ready. We went. She had a great day at school. She's come home quite confident, alhamdulillah. It's really empowering to know what to do when teenagers go through traumatic experiences or have been through traumatic experiences, and the tensions relating to that come up, the emotions relating to that come up. It's empowering to know when they're going through a transition, how you can support them with that transition. And it's empowering to know what to do when they have a tantrum, because as they get bigger, the tantrums get messy and they get scary sometimes, especially if you don't know what to do, especially when kids get bigger than you. I've been through that with my teenage boys being much bigger than me. It can seem quite scary when they're losing it. But in that moment, they need you. And they need you to be there calmly and firmly and connecting warmly and respectfully with them. If all of what I've just said is something that interests you, I'm running my parenting program just for parents of teenagers in less than 2 weeks' time. And if it's something that you might be interested in being a part of, because I'm not going to get this opportunity very often to just work with parents of teenagers, where we focus on real teenage issues, then please either PM me, leave a comment on this video, tag me in the comment to make sure I get it, nag me until you make sure I see it, because I do get a lot of tags on Facebook. And let me know that this is something that you might be interested in, and let's connect and talk about it, inshallah. So this was all about teenagers, transitions, traumas, and tantrums. And I'm signing off for now. Don't forget to let me know if that's something you're interested in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.